All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of insider information when it comes to these raid races. Now, if you don't know, I actually have the 24-hour emblem from every raid that it's been available, except for Last Wish, of course, which was the first one. Literally only 2 teams got that one. But I have gotten the 24-hour emblem from every single raid, and some of them are really tough. Like, for example, the Garden of Salvation, that was easily one of the toughest ones. Only 100 teams, I think less than 100 teams actually beat it in the first 24 hours, and I was one of those teams. And today's video, I'm going to give you the insider information you need about certain mods that you're really going to want on your build. I don't want to constrict you and make you feel like you can't, tap into your own unique creativity and do things the way you want to do. You definitely can. People will beat Vault of Glass with weird weapons. It will definitely happen tomorrow. But there are some mods and some weapons that are just inescapable. And I talked a little bit about this in my other video where I talked about the Season 14 meta, but on that side I talked mostly about weapons. And on this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about mods that you're going to need that are really impactful. So let's start from the top with simple stuff. Obviously, you're going to want to get charged with light. So you got taking charge. Along with that, protective light. So once you're charged with light by picking up an orb, protective light is going to be super huge and beneficial to you. You have no idea when your shields are broken, you get this big damage resistance. It's very helpful. You definitely want to have protective light on. So I'm rocking taking charge and protective light. I'm also doing like Warmind cell stuff, so I've got a few different weapons that are going to drop Warmind cells, but I'm not going to get into that because that's an entirely another video of how to do Warmind cells. Most of you probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're going to have to watch a completely different video. But the mods I really want to get stressed to you, the ones that are extremely important, the most important right now, are going to be recuperation. Replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power. This is going to be huge. I mean, there's always going to be orbs around. Everyone has masterwork weapons. I mean, if you're out there trying to beat the raid in a contest modifier, everyone has their masterwork primary. You're getting multiple kills. It happens. You're using supers. There's 6 of you, for crying out loud. There's going to be orbs everywhere. Getting your health back is going to be huge. Some random sniper, hits you in the body and that you barely live because you have something like this I'll talk about as well, where you have solar damage resist, and I'll often throw on with this, I'll put on sniper damage resist, sometimes concussive dampener. These are huge. Trust me when I say this. You need to have solar, arc, or void. Depends on what enemies you're sort of fighting in each encounter, and make sure to have the ability to swap around a little bit. Like I've got solar on this one, and I've got arc on this one. And so if I have to, I'll swap around. And I do have a few different exotics. I could go into the details of that, like I have Phoenix Protocol. I'm going to go in with the new boots, the boots of the Assembler, because I find them to be pretty fun to use, and I think that they will actually add a lot of utility to my team. But recuperation is one of those big perks, and along with that, having the proper damage resist for the enemies that are shooting you. If the enemies are shooting you and you die for whatever reason, swap your armor around to whatever you need to have. If they're shooting Solar, Arc, Void, that is huge. Those 2 things are the 2 biggest things. The third one I'm going to add to that, and this is going to be the big 3, is going to be healthy finisher. I think will actually do a lot more for you than you realize. If you're getting low on health, there's a little ad that's weak or whatever it may be, finishing an ad and getting your health back is going to be amazing and really helpful. Okay, when you're doing these activities, these 24-hour raids, the 24-hour emblem raids, you need to focus on survivability because contest mode is on, and that makes it so much more tough. It's all about survivability. You're not going to blow through it. You're not going to run that super fast pace, like run through the activity, like where it's not a speed run, right? Even though it's a reprised raid, it's Vault of Glass, I don't think tomorrow is going to feel like a speed run for anyone. But for some people, they'll be definitely more experienced than others, and they'll be able to blow through it a little bit faster. But for the average person out there, the majority of people watching this video, you're going to want those mods especially. Trust me when I say it, those things are super helpful. I will briefly go through all my mods here. You can see what I'm rocking, and I'll go through all the weapons you can see here. As I talked about before, obviously now that I've had more time in the season, I have a few different weapons that are out here and such, but this is basically the loadout that I'm going to be going in with. And the last thing I'll talk about is my team composition, and hopefully you can match this or have one similar if you feel that you think this is the right way to go with it. We are going to have 1 Titan, 1 Hunter, since the boots got nerfed, 1 Titan, 1 Hunter, and then we're going to do 4 Warlocks. And the reason why 4 Warlocks is survivability. Again, you have to keep coming back to this. After you've beat the run the first time, you'll be able to beat it way more efficiently the second and third and fourth time. But the first time you're going through, you're struggling to understand mechanics. Champions are going to come out of nowhere. There might be unstoppable Wyvern. We don't know what to expect, right? We don't know what it's going to be like, but what's most important is survivability when you're first going through a raid. The first time, or I guess this time is a reprise raid, but the first time during the 24-hour challenge mode modifier, So keep that in mind, that you're definitely going to want to have these mods. And best of luck to you out there in the raid tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Later.